I find myself repeatedly saying, I'm tired. Every day, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm still not sleeping as much as I should. I'm not stopping doing anything that I'm doing. And I don't want to either, but I'm tired. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to FiwiFewCents, the show where I talk about juggling multiple things in your life at once. And here to talk about it with me is me. It's a solo episode. I am currently juggling several things in life at once, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, so that's why I thought this would be a good time to share how do I say it now? Share like the experience of it all and help maybe other content creators. So basically, this would be for content creators, entrepreneurs, university students, young adults in the working world. Can I think of anything else? Maybe if something comes up, I will say it. But it is mainly for university students because I'm a university student. It is for entrepreneurs because I'm an entrepreneur. It is for what was the other one? People in the working world because I have a part-time job in the working world, and it is for content creators. I hope I didn't say that one first because I'm a content creator, and all of this is happening at once. Okay, so hello, hi, my name is Kmanii Booth. I will be your host and your guest for today. Nothing long, it will be short, it will be quick, it will be sweet. It's just to voice my experience or my current situation to you guys, the viewers. So like, share, and subscribe. You know the whole deal. Share the video to somebody you know who might be going through the same thing or something similar, and see if we can let people know that they're not the only ones, and they can do it and all that other nice fun stuff. So to preface the prompt for this episode, the idea came about because we were booked for a couple of guests for this weekend, the weekend gone, and none of them were able to make the recording. This is natural in the creative space, or talents don't show up, guests don't show up. It's not really don't show up. It's just the opportunity to come is it doesn't present itself because they have things going on just as I do. But the reason for it is because I sort of felt some type of way because there are 5 things that I would like you, the viewers, to take note of and understand. And these 5 things are: one, I'm a university student in my final year. Two, I am an entrepreneur. I run a production company, video, photo production, audio production, all the nice stuff. So I'm a final year English, a final year university student, an entrepreneur, a I work part time. I am a content creator. Kind of comes with the studio, but it's it's a separate entity ish. I'm a host. Let's do that. I host this show, and then I'm an intern, which is also through school. So there are 2 things that could be calculated as subsidiaries of something else, which is FiwiFewCents is a subsidiary of my studio. And the internship is through university, but both of them, I refuse to say that they are simply subsidiaries because of the workload that they come with. They could be entities for themselves. The hours for the internship is like quite a number of hours, hundreds of hours to complete it, and then FiwiFewCents, it's like a whole thing. I don't need to get into that, but it is what it is. So those are the 5 things that kind of prompted this whole doing too much type of conversation that I want to have with you guys. So being a university student, that comes with its own fair share of overwhelming material, right? You do, let's say, 5 courses. The average student does 5 courses per semester. Each course has 5 or 6 assignments and some tests depending on the faculty or field that you're in, and you have 4 months to do all of that. There's already that you have to deal with. um, Running a business, any entrepreneur knows that in itself needs attention, it needs care, it needs investment, it needs money, it needs the whole works, it needs all of that. And then on top of all of that, I'm also working part-time. So I'm trying to get you guys to understand the basis of why this is happening. This being, um I am personally overwhelmingly tired. And this isn't physically tired, if you get what I'm saying. It's like creatively I'm tired. Let me see if I can make sense of it. So I'm not physically tired because I kind of don't really sleep much anyways. And partly because of that is, well, I have 100 things on my brain at once, and that kind of doesn't really help when you're trying to close your eyes while your brain is like, oh, but wait, there's this thing, there's that thing, there's this thing, so there are all these things that keep stacking on each other, and you have all of them to deal with at once. Um, and you may ask yourself, or you may be saying to yourself, or to somebody, if you're watching it with another person, you say, but why is Kemani doing all of this? You know what I'm saying? So why can't he just stop one of them, or why can't he just do this? Let me go over the list again. Number one is, I'm in my final year of university. Who would come to their final year to just stop? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why would you do that? That don't make sense. You have to, you complete it. You've paid um potentially millions of dollars over the past couple of years to get this degree, and then you're just gonna stop. My condolences to those who have stopped. But I cannot join you. I need to finish. Money is a thing that I don't have much of, so I don't have the luxury of saying, "Oh, I can't do this anymore. I have to stop," because I being my parents and I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on university, and I'm almost there. I'm right there. I'm right there. I have 1 semester left, and then I'm done. So university is out of it. Can't stop going to university. My production studio, again, back to the thing about money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been invested in this company. You see it, you might spot it on some of the shirts I wear. So I pointed to it before, but I'm doing it again. It's Kontinue Studios. You can find us on Instagram. Kontinue Studios produces FiwiFewCents. But hundreds of thousands of dollars have been funneled the into the studio. So for me, it as an entrepreneur, and as somebody who is filled with ambition, it is impossible for me to turn my back on my investment and other people's investment. You know what I mean? So if you're one of the entrepreneurs who you got a helping hand in the early stages, financial wise, like financially wise, money, if you got money that's not your money, to help you make money through your business, if you got it, you can understand that you can't just turn your back on it and say, oh, put that on pause until I come back, because it's kind of like an obligation. It's in some way, shape, or form. You have to then be able to give back to whomever gave to you, or to be able to make good use of the money that was spent, all of that stuff. Thirdly, I want to look at the part-time job that I'm doing. In the episode 2 episodes ago, in the photography episode, do I remember? I don't remember. Episode, it's in the teens, because yeah. 2 episodes ago is all you need to know. I'll put a tag above if I remember. We spoke about being in the creative field where it is recommended to have another job, to have something that is consistent that you can comfortably rely on to bring in money every month. I have a job like that, and that job takes up a couple hours of my week anyway. So these are three things that any one person could say this is a lot, and I'm doing all three plus two more things. And I'm not complaining. I would like to also make that point. I'm not complaining because it was my choice. But I'm trying to help understand why it is that I can't just like stop doing all of this and then say, oh, okay, well, I'm doing this, that, and I would just like to stop doing these two things so I can breathe. How my brain works another reason why I can't just stop is that, and this is partly because, is it partly because? So I may or may not be a procrastinator, but I am going to say that happens because my brain, um, diagnosed by me, doesn't work well if it is not under some form of pressure, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't know if this is true or false. I have no idea if this is an accurate assessment of my situation. But if I decide to start an assignment early or a project early or something early and I'm working on it, my brain will freeze up. It will have nothing to say or do. It will just be there doing absolutely nothing. But then the minute I have two or three other projects working on, two or three other tasks I need to do, then my brain is like, let's grind all these rusty old gears and get cracking. So so all of that mixed with the fact that I do not think I can function well with having too much free time kind of feeds into me having all these things to do. So I need a part-time job because I need to take care of life's necessities, food, clothing, shelter, all of that stuff. Um, the studio feeds my ambitions, and then school is school, whether it's tertiary, secondary or primary, wherever school is school, you know. So kind of have to do school, and I'm in my last year, so there we go. Um, but that being said, I found myself in the past, let's say, month and a half, maybe 2 months, constantly saying I'm tired. So I tweeted about it. I've told people I'm extremely close with about it. I've said it to myself. I find myself repeatedly saying I'm tired. Every day I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm still not sleeping as much as I should. I'm not stopping doing anything that I'm doing. And I don't want to either, but I'm tired. So what is it then that I should do, basically? Which I don't have an answer to. So I've talked to people and I've realized that it's, of course, admittedly, I knew this already, but I am not going to be the first person to have like several hands in the cookie jar type thing, where you have a finger dipped in all the pies, whichever analogy you want to use. I will not be the first person who is doing all sorts of things at once, right? But coming from whether it be my colleagues in university, my colleagues in the creative space, I feel like openly expressing and explaining my situation, it may help another content creator who they and I are at the same level, whether it be age or in the creative space. Another university student who is just this close to saying screw it and just not continuing. Another entrepreneur who isn't seeing the returns that they wanted to see at the end of their quarter year, however you work it out, you're not seeing the returns on your thing. um Content creators, you're not getting the love, the views, the interactions, you're not getting the things you deserve or you think you deserve, actually. So I am having dipped my hands in all these pies, and having currently standing right at the edge of being so overwhelmed that everything has to stop, I feel like this was a perfect opportunity for me to come and share and talk my situation, and maybe somebody else will be like, okay, yeah, well, I can understand. So I just mentioned that I think, because I don't know, because you never know what is the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? And let's say currently I'm the camel carrying a whole thing of straws, and I have no idea what it may be. It could be something medical, something there are so many things that could, just that one thing, you might not even seem like anything, just like you'll be talking to somebody and you do something just so ever so slightly irritating to them and they explode. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I think I am right there at the edge of this cliff, kind of waiting on that straw to land so I can then have like a reason to cave or to crack or whatever. I don't really know. But going back to the thing about being tired, I I will, because I was raised in such a way where I know that I can persevere. I know that I can keep going. Um, if you are somebody juggling several things and you don't think you can, weigh your options, of course, and then pick the one that you would lose the least if you stop doing that one. Or if you're one of the people who believe in like, oh, I can get through this, or in an earlier episode with Shy Lizzle, we talked about this whole, oh, we have to do what we have to do attitude type thing. If you're one of those people, I can only wish you strength and the ability to persevere, and without actually knowing you or saying it to you, if I don't know you, um you can do it. Have strength, have the courage, all those things. Don't cave under the pressure. Do what you need to do. Either there, I say, do what you need to do. um I just think we we have, for those who don't have life easy going, there are, okay, let me share some of my business with y'all. So very recently, um, my studio was out of commission because when there were heavy rains recently, some water got into my camera at the time. It's a very expensive camera, and the studio was like out of commission for a while. And that was one of the stack of straws that was placed on my back. Um, every semester in university is a stack of straws in your back. I don't even need to get into detail about that. Every semester is a pile of straws just get thrown on your back, regardless of what you think is going on. Um, so because of that, right? Because of that, there was an issue with continuing my studio's ongoing project, which is this FiwiFewCents. So money has been put into the studio, money has been put into FiwiFewCents, and then because the studio is now out of high-end camera, the this podcast or this show, which again thousands of dollars have been put into it as well, is out of commission. That's another straw. It's like a straw off of another. It's like what should be the full straw over here is like there was piece left, and then they just piled all of that on. Um, there is financial situations that I probably will not get into, but just understand that life throws very big rocks. I don't know if it, I don't even know if the saying makes sense, but I've been saying this for many years, probably since high school, is that life throws very big rocks at you you're just there thinking life is okay, and then boom, a big rock clat in it, and you're just there growing. That was me many months ago. I was just like, that was it's like high school mixed, not high school, university, right? Like, was it? I don't remember when. Do you remember when exactly this was? Was it before or after? Was it before or after the semester had started? You, how would they know? Yeah, when the first one broke. When was that the whole heap of rains thing that was going on recently? September. So that means school had started. Okay. So um if you go to university, you have to pay a sum of money to be registered, then you have to pay another sum to like be financially cleared or whatever they call that thing. And then now having to find that mixed with my entrepreneurial exploits and my content creation exploits are not gonna happen because my camera broke. That kind of hit me extremely hard. Scrounged around, bam, 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 boom, shabang, shebang, new camera, and here we are back at it again. But that should give you some insight on what the financial situation is, I hope. So it's a case of not only does life um not only does life itself gives you a lot to carry, but then when you try to survive by either starting a business or getting a job or getting higher education, whatever it may be, those then add to the things that make life even a tad bit more difficult. And it is imperative, that's a big word. It is important that we understand that this is all parts of life, and we just have to persevere. Basically, we just have to keep climbing the ladder of life. So yeah, so say that to say, the podcast is going to end in a couple of weeks. University wraps up at the end of November, early December, around the same time as the podcast ending. So that's two things I will have off my plate. So I will continue to persevere and try to make it to a point where I can rest and kick back and enjoy my Christmas or end of year, New Year, whatever, and say, nice, I was able to make it here without failing. If you slipped, get up and continue. There is no judgment, there is no harm in slipping as long as you continue. It's not the falling that you should be ashamed of, it's falling and not getting back up. Don't know where I heard that from. I apologize for plagiarizing, but I know it's not my thoughts. But just keep going. If you don't want to keep going, assess your situation and figure out which one you can put a pause on, right? Because it all goes back to not stopping, right? So there is this thing I wanted to point out as well. I've heard it on somebody else's podcast. It says, don't get caught up in the highs and in the lows. Try to stay at that level that you will probably continue working at. Once you're at this level, you will continue. If you get too high, you get complacent, and you're like, I don't have to go any further, I don't have to do anything after this. This is it, this is where it ends. But when you get too low, same thing, it's a similar thing. You get discouraged, and then you stop. There are so many versions of stopping. It might be stopping the activity, and it could be something else, but that's not a conversation I want to have here now. But don't get caught up in your highs and your lows. When everything was going well, I feel like I got caught up in the highs, and when I lost the camera, I realized I was caught in the high, and it was an immediate switch from that high point to that absolute low point. I was going on shoots, I was preparing for the podcast, the whole thing was just going absolutely well. And then just one moment, one pocket of rain, and then I immediately got to the absolute low point of um two parts of my life, which is the podcast and the studio, and just being a creative overall. And I am not really the person to get sad, because people always ask me, oh, when recently when I've been saying that I'm tired, I get asked questions like, oh, are you sad? Are you depressed? This, that, and that, that. But I'm neither sad nor am I depressed. I'm just tired. Creatively, I'm tired. Emotionally, I might be tired as well because yeah, well, I don't know, I hope you get the point. But I'm not sad nor am I depressed. I'm just like I need a break. You get what I'm saying? And that break is coming up. At the end of the month, that break should be here, and I will bask in the wonders of not having school or the podcast, or, well, I still have a business to run. I will still have my internship to do, and I'll still be working. Because in order to enjoy my break, I need money to enjoy that break. So I need to work, earn the money. Then when I get the break, I go enjoy my break. You know what I'm saying? Good. Um. So yeah. I feel like I might just wrap it up there. I don't know if I have any other thoughts on the situation. I hope I've helped, if not helped, just like help somebody either put a voice to their situation, and if not put a voice to it, just let somebody be like, oh, okay, I can manage somehow. So like I had said in the beginning, this episode I tried to I kept it solo, so this is coming directly from me. I didn't write a flow, there was no structure to it, it's all rambling from my head. I'm trying to keep it as natural as possible. And again, like I had mentioned about how my brain works, there's no one string of thought. I will bounce from here to there to there to there to there, because my brain doesn't function well on like a nice cohesive thought. If you've met me and if we've had a conversation or an extended conversation, you'll realize that halfway through that conversation I'll completely switch and start talking about something else. It's the same way my brain kind of works a bit. So um I was closing out. What was I saying when I was closing out? There's another problem with my brain. I forget stuff. um So yes, if you are a university student, if you're close to the end like I am, please keep going. Please, 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 please. I can understand why you'd want to stop, but I can also understand the end is right there. We're so close to the end. We're so close. So we're right there. So for all my fourth year peers, all fourth year for UTech people, third year for UE people, end of and last year for all the other universities that I don't know what your year structure is, um, we can do it. We can finish, and we can add to the percentage of those who have higher education in our beautiful country of Jamaica. For the entrepreneurs who you guys aren't seeing the returns of your investment, just like, you know, keep doing it. Just keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Because just think about, there's no, I'm not gonna plagiarize any more people's statements. Just understand that there, when you're looking at a stock thing, it does this. That one is new. That one is made up. If somebody has said that, I didn't hear it. That one is new. So for the entrepreneurs, we know how, we've seen somewhere of how the stock line jumps up and down. We have to understand that there are going to be ups and downs in terms of the amount of business you get. There'll be quiet moments. There'll be high points when you're like rushing. I have 5, 6, 7 shoots this week, or there'll be a week where you have just only one shoot. Enjoy that little gap, that gap between the bag of shoots and then the one shoot. enjoy the gap, and try to use that to expand on your business. If you're working a part-time job, if you're actually working a job as a young adult, if you're a grown-ass adult, I can't relate. So I don't know what to say to you. But if you've taken something from this, thank you. Good. You're welcome. I am glad to have helped. But I'm talking to the early 20s, maybe late teens, just those people who can work, but they're not like, you're just thrown into the world of the working world. I was about to say world of work. I don't know. But just know that this is what we have to do to survive, and understand that it is helping somebody, depending on the job that you're doing. If you're working at a call center, you are helping somebody potentially buy a gift for a close friend. I don't know. I'm trying to make it out. If you're a teacher, you're helping people learn. If you, what are the other jobs? Just know that we are doing what we need to do in order to survive, and then so just keep doing it. But also remember that if that's not what you want to do currently, keep it in mind that you're doing this for that. So keep working towards it, and know that when the time comes, or when the time is right, you go do what it is that you wanted to do from the get-go. But just do what we can to survive right now. Content creators, keep pumping out that content. If you want to slow down, slow down. If you want to speed up, speed up. Just keep. They say content is king and consistency is key. That is also new. I mean, it's probably two-person sayings and I just put them together. Who knows? But content is king, so keep putting out content, and consistency is key. Once people see that it's coming out, it's being pumped, it's being pumped, it's being pumped, they will undoubtedly, you will get your niche. Somebody said to me recently, you will find your niche. And there is one more. If you're an intern, just know that, just milk the experience for all it's worth. That's it. That's as much as I can say. Just pull everything you can from the experience, and know that someday you will be paid for this experience, and nobody can get a tough chat, because you have experience and you're qualified and you're being paid. So my money is worth the same as your money. So shut up. Yeah. So it's gotten dark. I think that's where I'm going to end it. Not sure how long it is. I'm not sure if my thoughts have even been translated as well as they should have. I'll watch it in the edit and see if I should have taken notes and work with the notes. But I wanted it to come straight from my brain, straight from my heart, as like living experience. So I mean, hopefully you guys got something from it. So thank you, FiwiFewCents viewers. I've been your host, Kmanii. I've been your guest, Kmanii. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Share it to somebody who you think is overwhelmed. Share it to somebody in university. Share it to somebody who's an entrepreneur. Share it to somebody who is a young adult working a normal job just because they need to survive. Share it to a content creator, and share it to an intern. We all need some encouragement in this time. So yeah. So thank you guys for viewing. Leave a comment if you so wish. No pressure this time. Like the video, share the video. Thank you for supporting FiwiFewCents. And I will see you guys next Wednesday with a guest. Other than me. Well, no, I'm the host. So you guys will see two people on camera next week. I'm rambling on. We should cut it, yeah. We should stop there. Bye guys.